Hey, what's up everybody? This is your boy Kenny, and this is my review for the Emmy Awards 2018. And I would have to go to say this was a really good show this year, and there were definitely some really big winners. Definitely, before I get started, I like to actually talk about the creative awards that were given about, I think, a week or so ago. And some of the winners were Cat Williams. He had won for outstanding. He had won for outstanding guest actor in a supporting role for Atlanta. Tiffany Haddish won outstanding lead actress and outstanding guest actress on Saturday Night Live. Let's see who else. John Legend had won the outstanding. His Jesus Christ Superstar Live won for best variety show live, outstanding reality show live, and this actually this win actually gave John Legend the EGOT award. The EGOT, I'm sorry, and only a few selective artists have this award. So John Legend joins the likes of Whoopi Goldberg, Rita Moreno, and Audrey Hepburn, and pretty much the EGOTs, these are artists that have won the Emmy, the Oscar, the Grammy, and the Tony Award. So they have won, those prestigious awards in each realm of the arts. The theater, music, television, and film. So shout out to John Legend. That's definitely a remarkable accomplishment. Let's see. Some other big wins were what's her name? Samira Wiley. She won as a guest actress on the Handmaid's Tale. Ron Cephas Jones won for guest supporting act. Pretty much won for guest actor in a supporting role on This Is Us. And let's see. So yeah, so pretty much from that, I just wanted to mention some of the winners that were recognized during the creative arts. Also, a big win. RuPaul won his third consecutive Emmy as outstanding talk show host, and that's very remarkable. So shout out to RuPaul as well. Now I'm going to talk about the winnings during the broadcast. Let's see. Also, Sandra Oh had made history as being the first Asian actress to be nominated for a leading role. So shout out to Sandra Oh. The hosts were Colin Jost and Michael Che, and I have to admit, the two of them going back and forth was hilarious the entire night. Like Michael Clay had made this joke that because in the beginning of the show they awarded all of the comedy categories, and he had said that, and it's funny, like all the 6 awards have been given out, all the winners were white and nobody thanked Jesus. I thought that was hilarious because he just called it out. And then when Regina King won later on the show, she was like, thank you, Jesus. I was like, yeah, y'all not right. But it was all good though. And even Thandie Newton, she's like, I don't even believe in God, but I'm going to thank her tonight. So he kind of got something stirred up. And then I also like the segment where he talked about, the reparation Emmys, people who, artists who should have been awarded Emmys but were not given that opportunity. And we see that he talks to Marla Gibbs, Jimmy Walker, Kadeem Hardison, Jaleel White, Jermaine Fowler, and Tashina Arnold and John Witherspoon. So I thought that was really cool, because these were great artists that should have been given Emmy nominations, at least an Emmy win, but never received it during the height of their career. So I thought that was cool that he gave them that platform at the Emmys to be recognized, because they're definitely legends, especially Marla Gibbs. I mean, the Jeffersons and 227, she definitely should have won an Emmy, hands down. You know, so yeah, so let's talk about some of the some of my things that I noticed this during this, some of my highlights during this award show. Let's see, Harry Winkler won for Barry, Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. It's his first Emmy win. We know he's had a long career, even going back to being Fonzie on Happy Days. This was a good moment, big moment for him. Alex Borstein won for what's the name of that? The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She won Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, and she went out there and she let him have it, and she's definitely come a long way from being on Mad TV. So yeah, shout out to her. They also had a moment where they invited Betty White out, and Betty White, even at her age, she is still, she's television gold. I mean, she has won countless Emmys, been nominated for over a dozen of them, and she's been in the limelight since the 50s. I mean, she definitely has paved the way for a lot of people in the industry, and she's definitely still a force. And it was great to see that Betty White was actually honored during this awards. And we can definitely tell she's really up in age, and she's the only Golden Girl left, and we definitely treasure that because, definitely a big fan of the Golden Girls, and definitely a big fan of Betty White. As a matter of fact, me and her birthday's on the same day, so yeah, definitely shout out to my fellow Capricorn. There we go. Let's see. Best Director in the Limited Series went to The Assassination of Gianni Versace, Ryan Murphy. This is a show that I definitely reviewed on my channel, so definitely check out those reviews. I was a huge fan of The Assassination of Gianni Versace, and a lot was revealed, and it definitely gave you a different set of eyes as to how controversial and how explosive this, that whole crime and tragedy, really was, as far as not just, Gianni Versace, but also the person who killed him, Andrew Cunanan. So it was a really good series, and I'm glad that it got nominated for Best Director. It also won for Lead Actor Darren Criss. Darren Criss acted his ass off playing Andrew Cunanan. Like, there was moments where I completely hated Andrew, but then I began to understand Andrew towards the end, and I began to have some compassion for the guy, because he didn't stand a chance. And I think Darren Criss did a phenomenal job playing that character. So that was definitely a big win. Another big win that they had was Outstanding Limited Series. So it definitely got some 3 big wins tonight. So I'm glad that show was recognized. Also, lead actress in the limited series went to Regina King. Definitely a huge fan of Regina King, all the way back to when she played Brenda on 227, and she has come a long way, and she won for for 7 pounds, and that was a very moving series on Netflix, and I'm glad that she got the recognition, and she's being seen as a leading lady, and that was just beautiful. Because we definitely seen her win 2 consecutive Emmys for American Crime, and then now to see her win Best Actress, that was great, and I was so happy for her. And let's see, what else? Oh yes, another big moment tonight was for I think it was for Outstanding Variety Show, for Outstanding Director for a variety show. Glenn Weiss won for directing the Oscars last year, and he got up there and he talked about that his mother had just passed away 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago actually, and he was very emotional about that. But then he started talking about his girlfriend. He said that my mother said that you were my sunshine, and she always told me to hold on to your sunshine. And then he said that, why I've never called you my girlfriend? Because I want to call you my wife, and literally proposed to her after winning an Emmy. So that is definitely an Emmy moment that is definitely going to be buzzing all this week. So definitely that was one of the highlights of tonight's show, was Glenn Weiss proposing to his girlfriend. and it was a very beautiful moment. And then you had Tina Fey, who actually led the memoriam to pay homage to so many that we have lost. And man, when I was looking at it, there was so many people that we have lost, so many legends. I mean, not starting off with the incomparable legend herself, Aretha Franklin, but then you had Anthony Bourdain, Bernie Casey, Jerry Van Dyke. I used to love him on Coach. Della Reese, Reggie Cathy, Jim Neighbors, Gomer Pyle. I mean, wow. Charlotte Ray, David Cassidy, Robert Gilliam, Hugh Hefner, Monty Paul, the original host of Let's Make a Deal, Burt Reynolds, and John McCain. So it was like, wow, we definitely lost a lot of legends. And it was great that they were honored today at the Emmys, and they will never be forgotten as far as I'm concerned. Also, another highlight was Peter Dinklage winning supporting actor for Game of Thrones. He's a phenomenal actor. I love Peter Dinklage, and it was great to see him being recognized. Thandie Newton won Best Supporting Actress for Westworld. And let's see. Also, a big win for me tonight was for outstanding reality competition program, RuPaul's Drag Race. I was so happy because I've been a fan of Drag Race since season 1, and I know I did a video on Drag Race where I was kind of going in about some of the racial issues that I've seen with the show. I stress that because I'm a huge fan of the show, and I want to see everybody win, and I want to see everybody represented equally, because talent is not about color. It's really about character, and it's about hard work, and it's about drive. And I think all the queens should be given that respect and gratitude, as well as opportunities after being on that show, and I'm glad that RuPaul, that RuPaul's Drag Race has won this Emmy, because now it will be known as the award-winning RuPaul's Drag Race. Hashtag the award-winning RuPaul's Drag Race. And I loved it because RuPaul gave the speech, and he said that, this is what I want to tell all the dreamers out there, that if you can't love yourself, how in the hell you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? All right, now let the music play. So I thought that was really cool. Also, SNL won for reality show sketch series, and I thought that was great, because SNL is definitely legendary. Also, the outstanding drama series went to Game of Thrones, another great show, and I definitely have some fans who love that show, and some followers on YouTube who love the show as well. So definitely that's great. And also, I also have to say, the music throughout this show was everything. And shout out to Lenny Pickett, who was the music director, because he was playing some of my jams. He was playing the Delphonics, the Manhattans. I was like, oh, I see you. You sneaking it in, but it was nice, and it was done so well. Like, all you hear is dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I was like, oh my god, like, did not blow your mind this time. I was like, that's what's up. And it was great because this was probably the most diverse Emmys, ever. I mean, there were a lot of different races and different, creeds of people being nominated together and being recognized for their talent. And even though we've come far, we have so much far to go. And I think that it was just a great show that, a lot of people from a lot of black artists, but even Asian artists, Latin artists, white artists, that everybody is being recognized for their talents, and they're now being given a platform where each of them can equally, share, can be equally recognized and can and also equally share, in their art and in their craft. And it's no longer hashtag white Emmys, because they did joke about that. Because at first it was like all these white people were winning, so it's like, so are we gonna go hashtag Emmy so white, because it's like all the winners at first were white, but then that started to change, throughout the show, especially when it came to Regina King winning best actress in the limited series. That was great. But yeah, that's what I have, y'all. But definitely, I definitely love Colin Jost and Michael Shea doing the hosting, because they definitely give it a different feel, and they were just being just as sarcastic as they wanted to be, and I was just so here for it. But that's what I have. If I missed anything, put it down in the comments, or there were things that stuck out for you in this Emmys tonight, definitely put it down there. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow me on all of my social platforms. I have them all listed in the description box. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And I enjoyed the Emmys this year. I was debating whether I was going to view it or not, but I can honestly say I really enjoyed the show. I definitely think there were a lot of great wins and a lot of great people that were recognized. And it even inspires me, being a creator myself and being an artist, that there's really no limit to how far your dreams can go or where your dreams can take you. So I am a person that is dedicated to seeing that my dreams and my purpose will be fulfilled, and I'm not going to let anything stop me. So with that being said, until next time, everybody, take care.